Okay, so it's Monday morning. We swung Purdey round so that the rear of her's onto the concrete. And now what we need to do is try to fit these. So these are the rear shocks from 4x4Project. They're quite heavy, they're quite beefy. When you put them next to the old ones, it's just mind-blowing, the difference. Obviously it's not just quite as simple as pushing it straight in. We have to enlarge the bottom hole again to make it bigger, and we've got this external reservoir obviously to deal with, so a few little things to do, and then we'll be able to take her for a road test later. The first thing we have to do is remove the cups from the lower rear suspension mounts, which doesn't sound like a difficult thing to do, but it proves slightly more challenging than we expect. So that's the top one.
Yeah, that's the easy one.
Let's just have a look at this bottom one. So the top and the bottom have to come off this bracket. Just the bottom one's a bit more difficult because it's at a strange angle. Looks like it might have broken it. Still quite stuck on at the back.
Yeah, I'm just going to manoeuvre this down so I can get the chisel in.
Can we kind of clamp that somehow to bring it up?
Yeah, that will definitely clear, but it's going to be incredibly close to that. I may have to modify that.
It can't go around the other way, can it? No, because it'll hit the spring. There wasn't another collar to go on this side or anything?
No, that was just a spacer collar, but we've got to make sure this is not fouling. That's why I want to do it up into.
Yeah. It's got a sort of swivel thing in it, hasn't it?
Yeah.
In Land Rover circles, there's a school of thought that says you should change your rear shocks to be pin to pin, because the top mount quite often breaks off. Now with this swivel system, that should stop any strain on that top mount because it has some movement in it. So we've been trying to work out how to hold this shaft while we tighten the nut up. And I've just spoken to Nico at 4x4Project, and it turns out that there's a little Allen key hole at the bottom of the shaft, which we obviously missed. So now we can check that it's properly tight. Yep, that one's tight. Let's have a look at that little Allen key thing. Yep, that does the job. Yeah, it's not ideal, is it?
I'm liking that.
Okay, good clearance everywhere.
And I'll drop that down, torque this wheel up. That size done then.
Yeah. And then on to the second side at the rear. Hold the top again.
Yep. You got hold of it?
Yeah.
That was spring coming out.
Yeah, that's gone too far.
Yeah, well, I can deal with it too far. something to nut on now. Ooh.
With the suspension in place, it's time for that road test. Just doing a little bit of testing with Purdey, just come down some of the forest tracks to see how the new suspension's working, which seems to all be good. There's a little bit of heat in them, isn't there?
Yep.
But performing well, I think. We've still got a few other bits to change. We've got a steering damper to go on and the adjustable panhard rod, so it might not be quite lined up at the minute, I suppose. I need to check all of that stuff. But yeah, all good after the first run. Right, so this is Chris's first time driving Purdey since we've had the new suspension on. I've driven her a little bit. What do you think?
I think it's good. I particularly like the fact we're getting less vibration up through the steering wheel.
Yeah, I think we still need the steering damper changing, don't you?
Definitely.
Okay, let's continue. This bit of road is good. It looks very smooth, but it's really not. It's the closest thing we've got to a desert track. We're at the metalwork shop and hopefully today we can pick up the cowl that's going to go inside Purdey over the fillet. So this is it. In a minute we're going to see if it fits. A little bit of modification is needed, but that's fine. We have the tools and the man to do the job. So we've got the cowl for the filler neck here, and what we wanted to do was paint it green so that it matched the inside of Purdey. So we found a can of bronze green paint, which is Land Rover colour, brilliant. Primed it, started to spray it, but it's just sort of gone like big spurts of paint, which looks terrible. So what's happening now is that we're trying to get the paint off the cowl because it just had massive runs on it, and then we've ordered some new paint and then we'll do it again because we love doing jobs twice. So the new paint has arrived and this cowl has had a coat. And the light's a bit weird here, it looks like it's black, but I can assure you it's bronze green. So we're going to look at the cowling on the filler neck. Oh, evidently Purdey is not bronze green, but never mind, it's green. That looks quite neat, doesn't it? All siliconed in, so that filler neck is now officially outside the cabin of the car. We have an unscheduled maintenance job this morning on Delilah. She decided she didn't want to start because the starter motor was shorting out. So as you can see, the old one's out. The new one is now in. That's apart from our lovely partners at Eurospare, and hopefully that brings Delilah back to life.
Fun.
So I'm sitting in Frida. We're trying to get Delilah to start because her battery was flat. So we're trying to jump her, but she's not happy. Ah, there we go. See that telltale puff of smoke? She lives. Just taking Delilah for a little run, charge the battery up a bit after her being stopped. Just realised I've still got that stupid duck there from down the curb. Let's get rid of that. It's a nice autumn day for doing a couple of little tracks. Just a little thank you here to our partners at Eurospare for the starter motor, which is now in Delilah. With the countdown continuing towards our Dakar departure, one of the things we need to think about is nutrition and hydration on our stages. So we need several things. We need energy bars, we need protein bars, protein gels probably. We certainly need electrolyte drinks and isotonic drinks to keep us going during the day. So today, the first of these things have arrived to go into my stock. So naked bars, if you haven't come across them, they're absolutely brilliant. It's just raw pressed dates and nuts. This particular flavour is blueberry, which we really like. We've also got raspberry, which is really yum, and they are going to form the basis or the first part of our little stock of nutritional things to eat during our Dakar stages. Now, if any of you watching this have contacts with anybody who does protein bars, isotonic drinks, any of the other things I've mentioned, please get in touch. If you'd like to join the adventure, we'd love to hear from you. So that's the end of this week's episode. By the time this goes live, there'll just be 83 days until the start of the prologue for Dakar Classic, which is quite scary. Time's going fast. So thanks for watching. Until next week, don't forget to like, subscribe and comment.